us we weren't going to do it. You told us we were going to play a brand new Bowser and DK game, and what foolery have you pulled on us this time?
Ooh, Beanox.
Yeah, I probably have some explaining to do. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a second attempt at a Skylanders game, only this one is a little out of the norm.
How so?
Welcome to Skylanders Superchargers Racing for the Wii.
Of course.
Oh, we're not doing the Wii U version, okay.
Now, the Wii U version is pretty much the actual game. This one is pretty much just a spin-off where it's more about kart racing than, well, actual Skylanders fair.
But how do you do the amiibo stuff with it?
You don't. Well, okay, no. Well, this game still runs on the usual Skylanders shtick, where you have the figure, you can use it in the game.
Oh, that's right. Oh, sorry, I'm such a dummy. That's right. The thing's doubled as Skylanders with that little switching mode thing.
And here's our host.
Hello, Skylanders.
Wow, the times have not been good to Ratchet.
Pendergast the Magnificent have created the
Pendergast.
most
He does look like
incredibly
a
amazing
Wombat.
racing spectacle
Fuck, you're right.
Skylands has ever seen. And it's starting right now.
Actually, something about the facial...
Veritable who's who of
Something about the
racing
animation on him
from
does
all
remind me
corners
of the
Skylanders
early
to
Insomniac
compete
games.
for a coveted place on the
Yeah, it does. I'll just say, yeah, this
championship
reminds me
with
totally
the
of like the
first place
PS2
winner
era
going home with the
Ratchet
grand
stuff.
prize.
Well, it's a good thing that the Wii's graphical capabilities were just above that of the PS2.
Will grant its owner one wish.
Oh, wish. You get one wish.
Impressive, right?
From a snow globe.
Not as impressive as our drivers. These Skylanders are a new breed, born for speed. I give you the Superchargers.
Supercharge!
These Skylanders are the fastest
Yeah,
of the
guess what?
fast,
Did
the
you already
swiftest
like
of
spending
the
all your
swift.
money on buying
Now,
characters?
I'm sure
Now you get to spend all your money
yourself,
buying
but
vehicles.
Mr. Pendergast,
Oh, joy.
Yep, that's right.
possibly
Well, that's
showcase
essentially
a
Skylanders in a
event
nutshell.
of such epic proportions.
Well, yeah, this entire franchise is only alive thanks to trading card memorabilia. Thanks to
It's
the trading
basically the
card
action figure
mindset.
equivalent of... It's basically the action figure equivalent of Pokemon, let's be fair here.
To bring you all of the
Pretty much, yeah.
heart-pumping
And that's the
racing
only
action
reason
you
that's
can
kept this whole
handle.
series alive is the urge of like, I want to get every one of them, and
The
the
drivers and their
parents, poor
vehicles are in top
parents.
condition.
Can you believe there's already been like six plus games for this series, and it's only been around for like 6+ years, or at least 5+ years.
How many figurines
Oh,
have there been?
jeez.
Too many to count. But yes, I'm doing the. I decided to do Superchargers Racing for a look at because back when Superchargers was a thing, the only way to get the Bowser Skylander up until they actually released it separately
Was the Wii
through the 3DS and Wii version, the 3DS and Wii versions, which were the racing game.
Whoa.
So I ended up getting
Darn.
the 3DS version,
It almost looks like
and
Ziggs from League of Legends.
Jesus. But yeah, I decided to get the game because, well, again, I had to get it to get Bowser, and honestly, it's not like
Well, it's not
Trees, I see
just
the
Bowser.
it's actually a pretty decent racing game, all things considered.
What?
No, it's Donkey Kong
DK?
Go!
in a bitchin' jumpsuit.
Yep.
What is he doing
And
in
his head
Skylanders?
looks... He looks like a bootleg DK, not gonna lie.
Is it just me, or though does it look like he also have a mullet? Or not a mullet, a mutton chops. That's what it is. He
Now-
has a mutton chop.
Now let's give him his vehicle.
About that.
What?
Here, use this one. It won't turn any heads, but it'll get you around the track.
Unfortunately, I do not own the vehicle, the DK vehicle anymore. I sold that thing a long time ago, so
Oh, well.
I ended up having to use what this game's standard cart.
Which, as you're noticing, is shit, because this is your encouragement to give more money.
So please,
It's a bit shit, but I'll give it this. It does get the job done more often than not, and I can attest to that because, like, I played through the entirety of the 3DS
it's a hawk
version,
dude.
and yeah, it's a jetpack, I think. And
Jetpack,
A musical train?
He's the not Jack Skellington. And I don't even know who's in there.
racers, start.
And
Well,
there's us. I mean, it looks like
at
a
least DK's in
barrel
the-
of knob.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, see, it does the same thing. You just start pushing the acceleration between 2 and 1, just like
Yeah, just make sure you don't hit the red. Oh yeah, so with the Superchargers type of game, you can attack your opponents with a projectile, kind of like Jack X Cross Combat Racing. And funny enough, this is one of those rare few kart racers that, you know what, I'll leave that for a little later, because honestly, it's kind of I want to leave that as a surprise.
Is it better than Jack X?
Honestly, yes.
Okay.
Not to say that Jack X was a bad game, mind you, it's just that I think this one's a little more interesting.
Looks like
It
they
doesn't
have...
feel...
Sorry, you first.
That's okay. But yeah, you also have your standard Mario Kart
That
items,
totally
but like
doesn't
in
look
Mario...
that
Yeah,
is-
it totally doesn't
like
look
the
like a
Simple
fucking
Guys.
Highland Shield.
I was about to say that,
But,
actually.
unfortunately with this game, the items activate automatically, so you can't really save them for a separate occasion. But yes, you can actually jump with your cards.
Whoa.
Like,
yeah.
high up in the sky. High up.
I want to think... there has to be at least... I know there's at least one other car racer game where you can actually jump in your cars. I don't remember which one it is, though.
Oh, I'm sure there is. It's just that this is the only game that I think that comes to mind. But yes, you can grab cakes to refill your health, because you do have the health meter. And the blue... what I call the phase-on canisters give you extra weapon power.
That doesn't feel like they look like face-on. Okay. So it's like the same thing with coins or whatever. They upgrade your... something.
Something like that, yeah.
I was noticing from the voice acting, it looks like they got the same DK voice actor at least.
Oh yeah, they just... Well, to be fair, they pretty much just use stock lines from DK's current actor.
So I remember this was a big thing that Nintendo partnered up with Skylanders a bit.
Which was pretty much the only reason why I got into the Skylanders series in the first place. That and the game afterwards, where they gave us the great Crash Bandicoot.
And Cortex.
The TV show.
Yep.
God. That thing
I'm
could not have
just
come at
worried
a worse
about my
time, because I think that
friends.
came just barely after we did our Crash at Skylanders mini commentary.
Yeah,
A few months, give or take.
And we're going to talk about how it's amazing that apparently Crash is really into extreme things.
Yes, extreme goodbye.
And how apparently
Oh,
they...
ouch.
And how apparently they dug up the guy that voiced him in that very early trailer of Crash 2.
Wow! Oh,
It's
wow.
not the same guy,
That was
is it?
intense!
It sounds so much like it, though. I just flew from the ruins and I'm boy, my arm's tired.
Sad thing is, I look back on it, sad for me to say, I kind of think that actor does a bit of a better job being an Australian stereotype than the guy they got for the Skylanders
A bit
episode.
too deep and average. Anyway.
That's exactly what it is. I think it's a little too deep for him.
Anywho. But I do like the detail
Yeah.
piece.
I will say I do like one particular line... Yeah. And I do like the one particular line from that trailer. It's like, oh, you might remember me from my last adventure where I, saved the world. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm thinking back to the Skylanders Academy show real quick. There's actually one line which is so out of character for Crash, but it's still a really good line. It's like one of the mooks goes like, "Are you crazy?" and Crash just goes, "Well, I forget how it goes."
You could make an argument for that, yes.
Exactly, that's what it was.
Wait, what was it?
You could make an argument about that, yes.
Yeah, strong argument about that. Yeah, that was
Fine. I
a
mean,
line.
he's supposed to be crazy.
And I also love the line that Chaos says after Crash literally beats the shit out of him.
And we finished. Finally.
Yay!
Oh, that's right, we were playing a racing game, weren't we?
Turbocharged Duncan, that's it. Yeah, I get that. I'll say right now before we get back to this, the only thing I'm worried about if they decide to use him in the new reboots is that I think having him be voiced like that almost makes him seem too competent, especially
Honestly-
considering the Crash I grew up with.
Honestly, I think it's a pretty safe bet they're going to keep Jessar now for the remasters.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like they already have him for the new Imaginators game, so I
Anyway,
think that's gonna stick.
New
The
time.
game.
So yeah, we're gonna do a new stage. Only this time, instead of the car, we're gonna use the boat, and I'm gonna switch out my DK for another Skylanders figure I have.
Joined
Which
up.
one?
Magic.
Mr. Lee.
'Cause I
What
guess
is
he's
this?
magical now.
Spyro.
Spyro.
Good old Spyro.
Looking a little
He was in
cross-eyed
that
there,
photo of yours,
bucko.
he was just sneaking in.
Not cross-eyed, bud.
I'm here.
But yeah, finally in the game, you can play as both DK and Spyro at the same time.
And now, do their Skylanders also work for Supercharged? Or not Supercharged, for Imaginators?
The ones from Superchargers, yes, they can work with Imaginators.
That's sweet. You can play as all. This is a great era for gaming that all these crossovers can happen.
Yeah, seriously, like I just recently did see screenshots of DK and Crash in the same screen. It's so fucking surreal to me.
So anywho, how?
And now we got the boat racing, and if you're expecting something a little more thrilling than say Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed, you're kind of shit out of luck.
I was just expecting H2O Ride or whatever. Anyway. So, Jordy, City, how are you two doing?
We're doing good, and actually, I had a question regarding this game.
Sure, what's up?
Is Chaos no longer a playable character now?
Chaos, I believe, is playable, but you have to get a.
His figure.
I think no, not his figure, because actually, funny enough,
Because he was in Trap.
Chaos just recently got a figure for Imagineers, and I think that's the only time they ever gave him one. The way to unlock Chaos in this game is to get a a trophy figurine that's in his image.
Ah, okay.
Because couldn't you use them in trappers and you had to use those totem thingies?
I think so.
I never played trappers.
I never played Trap Team either.
Trap Team, that was it.
Like for me, it started with Superchargers, and the reason is pretty obvious.
For me, as already mentioned earlier, it started with Giants because that was when my brother really got into them. But
I'm still amazed you got that deep into it. But yeah, in my case, it was just.
I only played Giants. I never played any other game.
Yeah, it's like even with the original game, Spyro really didn't immediately convince me because sad as it for me to say, I'm actually not the biggest Spyro fan.
I
Oh well. I like him well enough, but I'll admit I like Spyro.
Oh wait, he's gonna blow.
Retired.
Oh no.
Well, the fans wish that
Wait,
was
that's
the case.
it? Is that it? Like, if you lose, that's it?
No, I just jump cut.
The glorious torrent. Oh, I think I saw someone there.
Yep. And I was just about to say before we got interrupted.
Yeah, chaos.
Yeah, before we got interrupted, I was just gonna say I like Spyro just fine, but I'm a bigger Crash fan.
Exactly. That's where I stand. Like Crash, give me Crash over Spyro any day. Like I'll definitely play some of the Spyro games, but not all of them. And again, Skylanders didn't really convince me.
There was Spyro.
Even though I was like one of the few people that didn't really so much mind his redesign for Skylanders.
Spyro's always been part of my childhood, so I pick Spyro
same.
over Crash any day.
Fire!
I played more Spyro games than Crash, and Fire!
Bowser!
Look, it's the big bad Bowser!
Bowser.
With a hammer!
Neat.
Hammer slam
Really
Bowser.
kick off some armor.
And his face looks a lot more menacing. Like, he looks like... Did you guys ever play Mario Party 2 where you had to pinch Bowser's
Oh my
face to look
God.
into little, like, funny expressions?
Oh yeah.
It looks like that, and... Oh, wait,
Oh,
here's a
wow.
There we go. Because yeah, actually I had to rebuy my Bowser figure because I actually didn't have it prior to getting this game again, so I had to go buy the pack, and it also came with the plane. So there you go.
That's so cool.
Unfortunately, it's that level.
That's all neat.
So yeah, let's play on the Clown Cruiser Supercharged. Now that's pretty much the gimmick with Supercharged in question. If you use a vehicle that is compatible with the with the Skylander you're using, it'll be supercharged. Like if you use the car with DK, then you get a better version that actually has Diddy right next to him.
Nice. And if you use any other ones, it's just normal stats.
Exactly.
It's okay. That's cool.
And now we got the airplane segment, which again I don't think it beats out the other games, but I think I'll give this one a little bit of credit in that its gimmick is a little interesting.
Because I was about to ask, what's the point of having a hammer if you're in a vehicle? Unless there was supposed to be a whole platforming section along with the racing.
Well, that's where the full Skylanders Superchargers game comes into play.
Okay.
Remember, this is a spin-off for Skylanders Superchargers.
Now, who is doing Bowser's voice here? This doesn't sound like Bowser to me.
They're
Oh
just
no,
recycling.
this is the same actor.
Oh really? Because I could have sworn that they just recycled all of Kenny James's lines from
Right,
like
that's
Bowser's
exactly
Inside
what
Story.
it is.
You fool. Okay, invert your controls.
I had to switch to the other controls because I had a really bad muscle memory issues there.
Now, does this feel a little like Diddy Kong Racing?
Yes, yes, it does. Well, they're pretty much copying it point for point, except for some of the how the vehicles handle.
Holy crap! How long can you boost?
You can jump with the you can boost with the you can manually boost with your air vehicles, and you can use it indefinitely to a point because once you let go of the boost button, then you gotta wait for it to recharge, and then you can use the boost again. The only thing about when you're boosting is that the faster you go, the harder it is to turn.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Well,
games
anyways.
supercharged affected that.
Oh no, the supercharged state just makes your vehicle's overall performance better.
Okay.
Is it okay if I give my personal insight on Skylanders?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
Okay, so my brother, I don't know if he still is a fan of Skylanders, but I know at the time he was. He loved the game. I think mainly because of Spyro. I don't know, but excuse me. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the series. Like, I think it's a little bit dumb. But
Yeah, I can agree with you there.
But I will admit it has a few of its perks, and I think if it weren't obvious enough, the only character I like is Chaos! Mainly because I
Oh
love.
yeah, Chaos is
Gee, I
Chaos,
wonder
Chaos is
why.
pretty much the breakout star of that series.
Shout
I
out,
like
Steve.
it.
But
I mean, yeah, the thing about Chaos is that he is written for a kid show, but at the same time, he goes in full force with that mindset, and it just leads to some of the more funnier moments the series ever has.
and another thing too is that when the game what was it called again with the traps?
Trap Team.
Trap Team.
Trap what?
Trap Team.
Trap Team, right. When that came out, or, you know, it was being displayed in stores, like, have you ever gone to, like, a Target or a Walmart and then they have Chaos's trap display?
The display, right, you can
out,
see it.
And then
everything,
you
that's a
walk
video
past
screen.
him and then he's yelling at you. He's like, come on, press the trap button already. And I'm like, oh my god, it thing just talked to me. I think it's possessed. I was so...
Oh my gosh.
I was so scared when I heard that. I'm like,
at that point,
oh,
Jordy,
boy.
at that point, Jordy was like, Richard Steven Horvitz, talk to me.
No!
But anyway, Steve,
Well.
your thoughts on the whole Skylanders stiff?
Well, as an introduction, I don't really have much to say.
I mean,
I'm
because
just kind of observing.
like, because you had seen like at least the trailers and everything. I mean, like, because you've seen it happening in the background at least the whole game craze.
Yeah.
I think my main issue was that they set like this game set its own like I don't want to call it a meta. It sounds weird like that. It set like a scary industry standard because I mean you cannot tell me that Disney Infinity was not in any way, shape, or form inspired or motivated by Skylanders.
Yeah, agreed.
And then
And yes,
to an
yeah,
extent,
yes, Skylanders still
Amiibo.
came out on top.
And then to an extent, Amiibo.
Yeah, although Amiibos have been a little more versatile with that.
Yeah, I like how they affect different games besides that franchise. That's why I've been liking Amiibo a bit more.
Right.
I don't think that roar clip that they used really
Bless you.
fits the shaking roar they did there.
Man.
Man,
Nah, it
Bowser,
should
you're
be
so
not really, no.
aggressive.
It should be more like when he was in Galaxy do the or whatever, like when he was. What
Well,
are we
that was
missing?
fun. Though I feel we were
Wait,
missing
what
someone.
are we missing?
Don't worry though, Imaginators got you covered.
Imaginators.
Oh,
Back to Imaginators.
Wait, was there a racing bit?
Funny enough, ladies and gentlemen, yes, they did bring back the racing for Imaginators.
Gee, I wonder
You
who
know
you're
what
gonna
that
play
means?
as.
Oh, I'll let you guess.
Online race. Oh boy, you should totally play an online race so we can watch you get schooled.
Shot totally. Oh, I'd be shocked if there are people actually playing the online mode of this.
You'd be surprised.
But yeah, these are all the.
I mean, I'm
courses
just
you can go
saying, if
through.
people are still using the... I was just saying, if people are still using the level creator for Mega Man Powered Up to this day, I don't think this is too out of the ordinary.
You're right.
So
You're
let's
absolutely
put
right.
our Amiibo down, or not Amiibo, our Skylanders down.
it's Crash!
Crush Bandicoot.
If Cortex isn't beaten, he'll reign absolute.
Racers to Choppy Garden, the biggest little race in all Sky.
But now they don't have vehicles for them though.
Competitors will face
No, but thankfully, what I do love what this game does, they actually give you a few.
that wasn't
No.
looking for giant chompies. They're always searching for a new treat.
But yeah, the good thing about what Imaginators does is that they actually give you some of the vehicles from the previous game pretty much free of charge.
Huh?
Nice.
That's nice. Here we go. This looks nice.
So you don't have to get the
Free of
figure just to
charge.
use them. So it helps.
Or not Wii U,
it's different
PlayStation
in the long
4.
run.
PlayStation 4. My apologies.
Yeah, this is a PlayStation 4 game, obviously. And actually, the racing in the HD versions of Superchargers and Imaginators, to a lesser extent, is pretty much a lot different than the one we just witnessed earlier.
Would you say it's for the
okay.
better?
Like it plays it a little more traditionally. Hard to say really. I honestly no, because again, the racing bits of the HD versions were pretty much just a side thing, whereas with Superchargers Racing, that was pretty much the whole point. So they had
I
to
mean,
add
in
on
terms
to
of
it.
like controls,
Like in
but
this
okay.
case, controls, they're about the same, honestly.
Okay.
Except you can't jump.
Oh, darn. Looks like we got good old Justin Ornell back.
Oh yeah, Jeff Ornell's back for good old Crash
Which I
Bandicoot.
guess, yeah, that is odd now that I think about it, yeah, because we're talking about that. It's odd that Jess Cornell, like, they had two different voice actors for the games and the TV show, which is, I think, the only time they ever did that in all of the Netflix TV shows. Because otherwise, they have the same voice actors for the Netflix show.
No, I think if I'm not
Imagine if Jess
mistaken,
Cornell was brought back as Crash for the show.
I was about to say I could have sworn we were talking about that. I could have sworn that with the exception of Chaos, a lot of the voice actors actually didn't return for the show.
Really? Not even
Yeah,
Crash?
that's not
No,
even
not
Crash.
Crash. I mean Spyro?
Not Spyro. Spyro? No, I don't think so.
Odd. Which, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a bit
not
of
even
a...
not even Eon returned, which is a shock to me because I usually hear the same voice from him whenever he's on screen.
It's kind of a
and then
shock.
you got
It's
the
like,
TV show, and he sounds so different.
I mean, I don't know the whole. What's his name? What's his name? Is that Boom? Oh crap! What's the name of the gunslinger again? I know his name.
Gunslinger. Honestly, I don't remember. Trigger Happy?
Trigger. Yeah, I was just it's Trigger Happy. It's a giant like beam cannon thing. But anyway,
I know some characters. I know some actors did return for the show, like Jetpack's actor returned, and the I forget the blue furry guy's name, but he's like addicted to sodas.
or like potions or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, potions exactly. Not crap.
Mushboom, I think. No, Mushboom is the mushroom with one eye. But in any case, what was I say? But I mean, I don't know what contracts or what guilds stipulate, but I mean, it just seems like it could have been so easy for them to get the Skylanders because it's been the same voice actors for recurring characters throughout the game series, hasn't it?
Not
As far as
quite,
I know.
because I know Spyro's actor for this game is different than the one in Imaginators.
Do you know if it's the same in the show, though?
Excuse me, I meant Superchargers Racing, my bad. Well, that in the show as well, but I don't know. It's all a weird thing. But the important thing is Richard Horvitz is in every game, and that makes me happy.
I was going to ask because it may. I don't know what order these videos will go out. I was going to say because I don't want to say it immediately unless you want to save it for a different video. James, did you want to tell the kind folks at home a recent acquisition or acquiring whatever that could affect the channel a bit, or should we wait till later?
I'll hold off on that because I gotta see if I can get it set up properly first.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, Crash has won. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed our newest session of Crash Team Racing HD.
Nice. Close enough.
Yep.
Double Dare Trigger Happy. Yeah, that was him. So, yeah.
Actually, that's actually the Supercharger variant of Trigger Happy, if I remember correctly, because some characters got their own variations.
Right. So I guess.
Funny enough, but with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Skylanders Superchargers Racing / Imaginators Superchargers, whatever you have you. And honestly, I can't say much more other than what you've seen so far. If you like what you've seen, give it a shot.
Yep.
It's available on the Wii, and the previous one I showed you is available on the Wii and the 3DS, whereas what you just saw afterwards, which was pretty much the HD bit, is available in Skylanders Imaginators for PS4, Wii U, PS3, Xbox One, and so forth and so on.
Okay.
So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm JamesmanXtreme.
I'm Lucky Jack 20.
I'm Highland Princess Lita.
I'm Jordan the Cat 11.
Pancakes!
See you all later for the Crash remasters.
Later!
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bam, 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 bam.